Welcome to the Inkwell movie review series Love It, Hate It. Today we'll review Cowboys and Aliens. First off, I just want to say that looking at all the big names involved in this, I mean, it's directed by Iron Man and Elf director Jon Favreau. It's produced by Steven Spielberg and Ron Howard. It stars Indiana Jones and James Bond. They're dressed as cowboys and they're fighting aliens. And my overall response to it wasn't that I hated it. It wasn't that it was bad. It's just sort of, that was it. Like, all this build-up, they have a great, interesting premise, and that's it.
Well, I can see where you're coming from, because the movie is called Cowboys and Aliens, and throughout most of this movie, like Act 1, cowboys, 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 so like aliens, and then it's like there's that scene from the trailer. It's like the aliens, they're bombing the town, they're picking people up. The only problem is, for that scene, that's all you see. The trailer is that scene in the movie, and then the aliens are gone for a bit, and then they come back 5 minutes and then they're gone. Last half hour they're there. So this is kind of Cowboys with aliens.
Cowboys with aliens.
That said, I really like this movie. It was fun for me. It
was fun. I think that's the main point I'll say. Once again, I think they had an approach. They didn't want it to be sort of cornball. They didn't want to be like Men in Black, which I love. They wanted it to be serious. They wanted it to be a Western, an actual Western that kind of has sci-fi elements involved in it.
Yeah, I hear Jon Favreau, he like wanted to massage these like aliens into a Western movie, but he didn't do enough because it's Western, and it's really good Western. Well, it's very decent Western.
It's very decent Western. It's a Western with aliens in it. And really, when you look at Westerns, I think a lot of it has to do with, actually, it's different with any other visual effects movie, is because the characters are important. It's not, there's action in it, but you're with the characters a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And my kind of biggest complaint, aside from that was it, is that the casting. No one was bad in the movie.
Oh, no.
It's just I'm looking at all these characters, and they're very interchangeable.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Craig was, Robert Downey Jr. was originally cast in the Daniel Craig role. Sam Rockwell honestly didn't need to be in there. Olivia Wilde could have been played by anyone. But it's just, it wasn't that it was it wasn't that there were bad performances, it's just that the character was so bland and so interchangeable that anyone could have played him except for the man, Harrison Ford, Indiana, mother-loving Jones.
This is what would happen if Indiana Jones just aged. Just beyond the point of Indiana Jones 4. This is it, but I see what you mean. These are just stock Western characters.
They are.
But they're lovable stock Western characters. Sam Rockwell, I'm a big Sam Rockwell fan. I'm glad he was in it, but if he wasn't in this, I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah. Sam Rockwell can act. I mean, Moon, The Green Mile, but he isn't giving anything to do. He's the comic relief, but he's just not funny. And he's a doctor.
He had a funny joke.
He's a doctor, but he's a bartender. Like, he's a doctor when it's relevant for him to be a doctor.
Well, he's a doctor when someone needs someone to come up and say, "How is he?" Oh, that guy, the guy with like the big chunk of neck missing and his eyes closed, he's dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
I'm a doctor, he's dead, you can
dead.
see that.
Beer? Yeah. No, it's just that it could have been a lot more, not just with the visual effects, but with the characters. And I think that's generally what I was looking for the movie, is it could have been a lot more. That said, I had fun watching it. If you're a fan of science fiction films or Westerns, there's enough of it in between, but a lot of it has to do, the reason why I feel that I kind of don't like it is there's nothing in this movie that I haven't seen before.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm seeing where you're going to there, but I mean, the problem for me was there's a lot of bait and switch going on in this.
There's a lot of what?
I say bait and switch, but that's kind of the wrong term, because they build up these certain scenes. Like, they're thinking, okay, this is going to be a big scene. Like, he's about to face off against like 18 aliens right now, and he's got the wrist blaster. But there's like 18 of them. What's he going to do? He's just going to stand there, pew, 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 pew. I'm done.
Well,
that was kind of anticlimactic.
It is. I think that, well, first off, there's a lot of foreshadowing. They tease you. I mean, there's lots of instances in the movie where you're going, okay, that's going to come back. We get it. This is going to have to happen. And without going into spoilers, there are like 3 or 4 major things that when they happen, you're like, yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. You've only been setting it up the entire movie.
Olivia Wilde has a secret. Ooh, Olivia Wilde, and they just revealed the secret. Oh, did you see that coming? Did they see that? Yes, I saw that coming. If you didn't see that coming, you need help dressing yourself in the morning if you didn't see that coming.
It's very obvious, and they reveal it like, everyone, how that said, and once again, not getting into spoilers, guys, not getting into spoilers.
Spoiler alert, the spoilers are obvious.
my major thing is when something is revealed in the movie, the characters' expressions would have been mine. It's kind of the way it's revealed, like, huh? What?
Yeah,
That said, I enjoyed it. It was a very fun movie, and you really get invested in the action once the action takes place. And as far as the aliens, and once again going to where everything is kind of repeated, you know, nothing original. Even the aliens themselves, they're kind of creative, but at the same time, I mean, you can definitely see kind of Alien. You see Alien and Predator. You can see the design.
In the movement, yeah, you see Alien in like the attitude, I guess, Predator. But it was kind of like throwing it out for me because they look like a miniaturized, bulkier version of the Cloverfield Alien.
Cloverfield. It's
in
an
the face,
interesting
I mean.
design. It's interesting, but not altogether memorable. But overall, I have to say that given the choice between loving it or hating it, I have to say loved it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it sounds like we like just nitpicked so much, but this was still a very fun movie.
When it's all said and done, and you're right, we nitpick, but when it's all said and done, I enjoyed it, and it's a good popcorn action film.
Oh yeah, like it's definitely like one of the best of the summer. I enjoyed this more than like Captain America, for example. This is the most fun I've had since Thor. Like, Thor was a fun.
It's Thor.
This is the most I've had.
Yeah, Thor. That was a great one. Well, whether you agree with us or disagree, please post your comments and let us know whether you loved it or hated it. Thank you for watching.